and welcome back to our channel. So for today's video, we are going to be making super easy homemade tortillas. This recipe is coming from my grandmother Teresa, and I've tried many tortilla recipes, TikTok, YouTube, you name it. I've looked it up. Me and Jose have tried them. We've done everything. And this is the only recipe that I will use. Not only are they super soft, it's super easy to make them. I will note that even though they come out perfect and they're super soft, I'm still working on getting the shape. Grandma said as long as you can roll it up into a burrito, you are on the right path, okay? You're not gonna get it your first try, and if you do, I'm applauding you from afar. So for this recipe, all you're gonna need is a bowl. You're gonna need flour. I like using the all-purpose unbleached flour. You're gonna need Crisco, salt. You're gonna need some salt, and of course, baking powder. You are gonna need warm to almost hot water. Grandma says lukewarm, but I seem to do better when the water's a little bit hot, on the hot side. I don't have exact measurements for the water. You're pretty much mixing as you go. So you're just gonna knead it as you go. With that being said, let's go ahead and get started, guys. It's gonna be super easy, super quick. Let's go. As many of you guys know, this is a cookbook I have started to pass down to my kids and so forth. My grandma's tortilla recipe is in here, and it is actually the very first page. We're gonna start with, of course, our bowl, and we're gonna need 3 cups of our flour. Cup, 2 cups, 3 cups. Side note, you also wanna make sure your countertop or whatever you're using is completely clean, because you will be using it. And then next, we're gonna need 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Just gonna throw that in there. Now, when my grandma was giving me this recipe, she didn't have exact notes. She literally did it by touch. We at first said half a teaspoon, but I actually do a little bit more than half a teaspoon. I don't do a full teaspoon, so that's way too much. So I'm about a little over half. So that's about good. But when you guys make your tortillas, of course, you can do it according to taste. So if you want more salt, go for it. Now that you have your dry ingredients in, you're just gonna mix it. Kind of whisk it with your fingers. You just want to make sure it's all stirred up in there. Now that the flour is mixed with the baking powder and the salt, we are going to be adding 1/3 cup of Crisco. Got 1/3, and we're just going to dump this on top. Now that the Crisco, the shortening, is in the mix, what you're going to do, it's going to be messy, so make sure your hands are clean. You're gonna be grabbing this and you're just gonna be crumbling it. You're gonna mix it in there, mix all of it up in there. And the key is to make sure that you have mixed it to where it feels like it's sand. My issues when I was making the tortillas in the beginning was that I was not mixing the shortening in enough, and you could taste it in the tortillas. This is a little time consuming, this part, if you wanna make sure you got it all mixed. But you want your tortillas to come out great. So you're gonna mix this as much as you can. This is how you want it. Now this is all mixed, I'm going to be grabbing a full cup of warm to hot water. That way we can start mixing it into the flour and start making our dough. Got my water. Now the key to this is you're gonna put kind of like a little divot in the middle. So you're gonna push all your flour to the sides of the bowl. So I will show you guys what that looks like. So it looks like this. You have this little hole in the middle. What you're gonna do is you're gonna slowly add your water, a little at a time, and you're just gonna work with it. So you're just gonna mix it. You're gonna get a big clump of dough. Now when you get that clump of dough, you kind of just push that off to the side and start mixing more water, adding more flour. And you're just gonna keep doing that until you get one big ball of dough. I ended up actually using a full cup of the water. So it's a big ball of dough now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this bowl off to the side. Make sure your counter is clean, like I said. A little bit of flour should be fine. You're gonna just knead your dough. Now, you're gonna wanna put all your strength into this. A little anger and frustration. No, just kidding, you wanna make this with love. You're gonna just knead this with your palms until we get the desired texture that we want. Okay, should keep kneading it. Whew. This is about the texture we want. It's not sticky. It's ready to go into the bowl now. Grandma said you do not have to let it sit. You know how some people let their dough sit for like 20 minutes? I'm gonna put it into the bowl with a little bit of saran wrap, and I'm gonna prep this gomad. So I'm gonna show you guys what temperature I set it to, how to set it up. My grandma actually showed me how to use that as well. And then by the time we do all that, it'll be time to roll out these bad boys into the little balls and get to rolling. So my gomad is one of the bigger ones, and I like to use this one more than my other one. So to heat this, I put this side on a medium high. Now this side's like the melting side, so I have to actually put this one a little bit higher. So I have them set about like this. That's how I remember to do it. And then I go ahead and throw on some shortening onto the gomad and let it heat up. We'll go ahead and grab our dough and start making them into little balls. This is what it looks like. Very soft, very delicious. For this part, I grabbed a longer kitchen rag. My grandma also sent us this. And when you open it up, I have parchment paper here. So we're gonna put the balls of dough on the parchment paper, and then we're going to cover it with a damp rag. A little bit of warmer water for this part, for the rag, but this keeps the dough from drying out. So now, the balls are gonna be according to the size you want them. Yesterday when I made the tortillas, I had them bigger, but they did not fit into my tortilla holder. So we're gonna make them a little bit smaller today. So you're just gonna pinch off how much you think you want. And that should be good. It's about maybe the size of a golf ball. And you're just gonna roll it into a ball. You'll get a little ball of dough, just like this one. You'll put it on your little parchment paper. Put the rag down. And you'll continue this until you have all your dough finished. Okay, all of them have been rolled up. They're all done. With this batch, I was able to make 15. That's plenty of tortillas. Now comes the fun part. We are going to roll them out. Now the key when you are rolling them out, like I said, the shape is not gonna come first try. I still don't have it down. But you want it to be rolled out enough that you can pretty much see through the tortilla. Once it's rolled out thin enough, they're ready to go on the comal, and you have a tortilla. So let's go ahead and start rolling this out. You are gonna need flour on your counter or whatever you're using, and a little bit of flour on your rolling pin. Now, fun fact, my little rolling pins are custom made from my grandpa. He made me plenty of these and even made mini ones for the kids. So these are a little sacred to me. Let's get started on rolling these out. Okay, I have y'all zoomed in enough, that way we can see what we're doing. We're gonna grab about a pinch of flour and just dust it all over the surface. You're gonna grab one ball of your dough, kind of flatten it out just a little bit. You're gonna grab your rolling pin, you're gonna sprinkle some flour on there, dust it on there, and now it's time to roll. So the way that I roll them is all the way up, all the way back, and then flip it into the same thing. All the way up, all the way back. And you're just gonna keep doing that until, like I said, they're see-through. And then they're ready to go in the comal. Grandma said that you can like pull it and kind of stretch it to the shape that you need it to go to. I am still not a pro at this, so. Okay, here is my tortilla. It's flat. It's pretty good shape, not gonna lie. And it's see-through, it's very, very sheer. So now we're gonna go ahead and throw this onto the comal and I'll show you how we do that. Okay, you wanna make sure this is hot enough, and I can definitely feel the steam. You don't want it too hot. And if it is, it's fine. Just watch your tortilla, don't let it burn. It will be hard. So we have our tortilla right here. We're just gonna toss it on. Now we're gonna watch for bubbles. Once the bubbles start coming up, it's ready to flip. Just let it sit for a minute. Now you see the bubbles are starting to pop up. It's getting ready to flip. We're almost there. There we go. Bubbles, bubbles, bubbles. All right, let's go ahead and get to flipping. Perfect. It smells so good. So what I do next is I go ahead, I grab my tortilla, and I made them perfect enough to fit into my tortilla holder this time. Let it sit in there. Now I'll grab a damp rag, the same one, just to kill time. And you're gonna cover up the tortilla so that way it don't dry out. Cover it up tightly and repeat the process. Okay, I'm on my last tortilla and I actually turned down the heat a little bit. It was getting a little too hot. So we're finishing up. I actually ran out of room in my favorite tortilla holder. So I started one here. I didn't grab a rag, just grabbed some aluminum foil to keep them warm. And I'm going to go ahead and flip this one. Oh my goodness. The true test is going to be when Ava tries them. I'm about to call her in here in a minute. The boys are sleeping, so can't have them try it on camera, but just know that they like it, okay? Oh, that is beautiful. Look at that. Oh, so good. Okay, we're gonna have Ava try one. Ava! We're gonna try a tortilla. It's very hot.
Just like the normal tortillas that we ate.
Yesterday? Grandma's recipe? You like it? Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna try one for you guys too. It's just kind of an excuse for me to eat it. You can add butter to these, you can add cinnamon sugar, you can add honey. I like to dip mine in salsa. Homemade salsa. Let me go grab it. So anytime I make salsa, I'm very, very inconsistent with the recipe because I like trying new salsas and I like to burn my mouth. So this one, so good. I made it with 2 huge cloves of garlic.
I want to try it.
Okay, Ava wants to try it. I put ghost pepper chilies in here, chili de arbol chilies in here, a tomato, serranos, and a jalapeno.
I'm scared.
Blended that baby up. Oh my gosh.
It smells good.
But these tortillas, guys, get in the camera. This is hot. If y'all try this recipe, please let me know. I want to see y'all's recipes. I want to see y'all make them. I want to see pictures. I want y'all to tell me if your family enjoys them. On that note, y'all have a great rest of your week. We love you guys. Thank you for always supporting us and showing us love. And we will see you guys on
The next video.
Bye.